Hello there. Today we're going to learn how to draw a penguin step by step. Now, as I've said before in another video, please feel free to just have fun with it. Don't feel any pressure. Just do your best, try your best, and just enjoy yourself in what you're creating. So what we're going to start with for step one is I'm actually going to create a dividing line. I'm going to create a vertical line, a dashed line, very light, down the center of my paper. That's going up and down, that's vertically, that's going to divide my space so that I know where I want to put things so that I can match up my sides. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to start with the beak and the eyes. So right about here, maybe a quarter of the way down of your paper, we're going to just make a small curve, like a little frown, and we're going to make a little U. Just like this, almost like a V. Instead of it being pointy though, it's going to be rounded. This is going to be our beak. Now our eyes are going to go right off the edge there. So right where this point is, I'm going to come up and I'm going to make a little eye here. Okay, and on this side, I'm going to come up here and make an eye here. Now, I'm going to make this penguin in two parts. I'm going to start with the outside on the left, and then I'm going to try as close as possible to get to match it on the right. So we're going to start here, and we're going to make a little circle for the head, a little half circle, but I'm going to stop right here. Now, I'm not going all the way to this line. I'm staying away from the line because I'm not making an entire circle for the head, just a partial circle. Then I'm going to come down, and I'm going to bump it back out and around, and I'm going to bring it straight across horizontally at the bottom. So as you can see, we've got just kind of like a backwards 3 is kind of what this looks like. So I'm going to bump it here for the head, and I'm going to bump it here for the rest of the body. Now my goal is to match the other side. So I'm going to bring it, and I'm going to create a mirror image where I'm going to come here, and then I'm going to come and do it the opposite way on the other side and bring it together at the bottom. So at this point, I'm finished actually with my line. All I needed that for was to create a symmetrical design. It means it's the same on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and get in there with my eraser. I'm going to erase these extra lines that I don't need. That way I can make room for the rest of my details in my picture. Okay, so I've got the body. I'm pretty well good to go. Now I'm going to make the interior. Now penguins are often black and white. They have an interior to their body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a shape, but I'm going to bring it around the eyes, around the center like this, like it's a little hood. And I'm not going to go over, but I'm going to bring it and come down and create the belly. Just like this. Now, if there's a part that you don't like, you can always erase anything that you don't like. You can also pause this video at any time and go ahead and add details or review anything that you feel you might be behind. So we've made the inside part, the white part for the body. Now we're going to go ahead and make just a little fluff for the top of the hair. So all that's going to be is right here. Well, I wouldn't say hair, I guess I'd say feathers, since we're talking about a bird here, and I'm just going to do it right there. Now, at this point, these two will be connected, so I'm going to erase this line as well. Not going to need that anymore. Okay, and once I fill it in with some color, you won't notice it anyway. So we're going to do that. Our next step will be the wings. So your wings are going to come right off of right here. So right where this part bends in, you're just going to make a little, I don't know how to describe it, just a little curved line. So one on this side, and we're going to do one on this side. Okay, and now we're not going to need this line here because these are connected. So I'm going to erase right here, and I'm also going to erase right here. Now at the bottom, I'm going to make the little feet. He's got wide little feet, so we're just going to come off and make a bump, and a bump. And then we're going to make a bump, and a bump for the other side, and we're pretty much done. So at this point, we're going to make the ground because we need a ground. So we're going to put like a bumpy line for some snow or something like that. And then we can start to add some details and color some things in. So you don't have to color this with a colored pencil. If you have a marker or just regular pencil will work too, but we're going to color in the black area of your penguin. So we're going to just start here at the top. And we're going to just fill it in as neatly as possible. And I'm just going to go all the way around the outside. Where I'm not going to fill in is I'm actually not going to fill in on the inside area here where his eyes are, because that will stay white. We're not going to cover that part up. So we're just going to keep coloring as nice as we can. Get it all filled in, and this may take a minute, and that's okay. Anything worth doing sometimes takes some time and some effort, so we're just going to do our very best to keep moving around the edge. Now I've got a big area, so I'm working much more quickly in this big area, and when I get to areas that I want to be more careful with, I'm going to slow down just a little bit so I can make sure that I'm taking my time and I'm being careful with those edges. Okay, so we're coming around. We've got one wing done, and we're going to move around to the other side. So I'm going to come around here a little bit more slowly. I'm going to add all the way through to the bottom. Now I'm not going to color the feet, but if I decide to color the feet later, I might use maybe an orange or a yellow to color both the beak and the feet. We're coming all the way back around. Here we come. We're almost there. So we're going to just continue on with this colored pencil. Now, if you need to rotate your paper, feel free to rotate your paper too at any time. Sometimes it's easier to color things in a different angle. So for me, it was easier to turn it this way, so that's what I'm going to do. There's no rule saying you can't move your paper. Move it if you need to. Okay, almost done in that big area. So everything colored in. And once you have your penguin, that's when you can really be creative and decide what else you'd like to add. Maybe you would like some snowmen in the background or some trees. Maybe you want to make a whole family of penguins. That's what makes art fun. It's up to you. So happy drawing and enjoy making your penguin.